Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 11's twist tragedy is bigger than Kevin Costner's John Dutton ID's death. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 11 features a shocking death that is bigger than Kevin Costner's John Dutton IE. Taylor Sheridan's neo-western hit on Paramount Network is supposedly on its last few remaining episodes as the show wraps up in December. Despite rumors that the project will continue, the focus of Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2 thus far has been on tackling the aftermath of John's death. The loss has defined the arc thus far, as the rest of the Dutton family deal with the shock and grief over the death, not to mention the complications that come with it. In Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 9 and Episode 10, all you need is desire and the apocalypse of change. Sheridan has been splitting the storytelling between two timelines. The outings open with flashbacks before John's death, and the rest is devoted to what happens after. This remains the case in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 11, 353. However, instead of Beth and Case's story dominating the plot, other players in the show are focused on, particularly those around Jamie. Ultimately, the episode ends with a game-changing death that is bigger than losing the Dutton patriarch. As Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2 expands its storytelling beyond the immediate family members of John, some supporting characters get time under the spotlight. The show has done a good job establishing how the next generation of the Dutton family deals with the complications of the ranch, with their patriarch no longer a player in the state's government. Despite John's death supposedly going to elevate Jamie in terms of power and influence, the subsequent discovery that his father was murdered instead of ending himself puts pressure on him, which ultimately jeopardizes his place as the Attorney General. This prompts him to confront his partner and crime mastermind, Sarah, about the matter, not knowing that she, too, is feeling the heat from the police department reopening the cause of John's death. The pair has a heated argument that quickly turns physical. It ends with Sarah storming out of the house, but before she can get away, Jamie calls and the pair reconcile. Sadly, what both of them don't know is that someone has already ordered a hit on Sarah. She is shot multiple times point-blank on the street while still on the phone with Jamie. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 11 also revisits the night that John died. At the beginning of the outing, it seems like the whole outing will be devoted to the Duttons, uncovering the truth about the unexpected demise of their father, especially as Case gets involved in uncovering the truth. So the shift in storytelling to focus on how the tragedy impacts Jamie is surprising, much more so when 353 ends with Sarah's murder. While she isn't a main character like John was, Costner's predetermined Yellowstone exit already floated the possibility of him dying. Meanwhile, Sarah's death is totally unexpected. Taking out Sarah, who is poised to be the ultimate villain of Yellowstone Season 5, also significantly changes what to expect in the show's final few episodes. Beth, and even Case, have been plotting their revenge against those who killed John. With Sarah gone, Jamie will now have to suffer the brunt of the blame. Of course, it also births a new mystery, as the hunt for her killer also begins. While Beth has made it clear that she wants to kill her adversaries, it doesn't seem like she is behind the hit against Jamie's girlfriend. Yellowstone hasn't really made it clear if Jamie and Sarah's connection is genuine love. The pair's whirlwind affair has benefited both of them in different ways. As the Dutton family cast Jamie aside, he found companionship and ally with Sarah. Meanwhile, Sarah's professional life moved forward by being associated with the Montana Attorney General. As twisted and misconstrued as their relationship is, however, their final conversation hints that they care about each other. Sarah's death will undoubtedly wreck Jamie, much more so than losing John. He never really had any relationship with his dad, despite his desperation to win his approval. Things were different with Sarah, however. Now he is truly alone, And that could be how he grows his backbone. Fueled by rage and grief, Jamie will likely pin Sarah's murder on Beth, which makes their all-out war more intense and the end of Yellowstone exciting. The final season of Yellowstone has left fans grappling with one of the most unexpected twists in recent television history. While the looming shadow of Kevin Costner's departure and John Dutton-IE's demise have dominated headlines, the real tragedy of Season 5 cuts deeper than the loss of its patriarch. Yellowstone's latest twist reveals an intricate narrative tragedy, one that reshapes the legacy of the Dutton family and the Yellowstone Ranch itself. John Dutton's death, a catalyst, not the climax. Since the show's inception, John Dutton has stood as a symbol of resilience, power, and sacrifice. His death, teased throughout Season 5, has been at the forefront of fan speculation. Yet when it finally happens, in a dramatic, heart-wrenching sequence that underscores the brutal realities of power struggles, it becomes clear that this moment isn't the ultimate climax. Instead, it's a catalyst that sets off a domino effect of unforeseen consequences for the Dutton family and their sprawling empire. John's death leaves a leadership vacuum, intensifying the already strained relationships among his children. Beth's fierce loyalty, Casey's moral conflict, and Jamie's relentless ambition collide in a way that threatens to dismantle everything their father worked to protect. However, the true tragedy lies not in the fracturing of the Dutton family, but in what their infighting represents: the unraveling of a legacy that has endured for generations. The land's curse unveiled. Yellowstone has always been a story about the land, as much as it is about the people who fight to control it. Season 5 delves deeper into the ranch's dark history, unearthing secrets that had been buried for decades. As the Duttons dig into their past to fortify their claim to the land, they uncover a haunting truth. The Yellowstone Ranch was built on a foundation of betrayal, bloodshed, and broken promises. A series of flashbacks reveals that the Duttons' ancestors were not just victims of frontier hardships, but also perpetrators of violent land grabs. The revelation of a long-forgotten pact with a Native American tribe, one that John's great-grandfather broke to secure the ranch's borders, comes to light. This betrayal sets the stage for a reckoning as tribal leaders, led by Rainwater and a newly introduced antagonist, demand reparations that go beyond monetary compensation. The twist reframes the Duttons' struggle to protect their land. It's no longer just a fight against developers and political adversaries. It's a battle against the sins of their forebears. The land itself seems to rebel, with natural disasters and ecological challenges mirroring the chaos within the family. A devastating wildfire, symbolizing both destruction and renewal, becomes a pivotal moment in the season, forcing the Duttons to confront whether their claim to Yellowstone is righteous or if it's time to let it go. Beth's downfall, a tragedy of loyalty. Beth Dutton, the fiery and unyielding daughter who has long been the backbone of the family's defense, faces her most significant challenge yet. Her loyalty to her father and her ruthless tactics have always been her strength, but in Season 5, they become her greatest weakness. As tensions escalate, Beth's relentless pursuit of Jamie leads her down a dark path. She orchestrates a political scandal to discredit him, only to find herself implicated in the fallout. The resulting legal battle and public disgrace threaten not only her reputation but also the Duttons' hold on the ranch. In a heartbreaking moment of vulnerability, Beth confesses to Rip that her need to destroy Jamie has consumed her to the point of losing sight of what truly matters. Beth's arc is a Shakespearean tragedy in its own right. Her downfall is not due to external forces, but her inability to reconcile her love for her family with her need for vengeance. By the season's end, she's left questioning whether her sacrifices were worth the cost, setting up a poignant redemption arc for the series' conclusion. Jamie's ascendancy, a hollow victory. Jamie Dutton's trajectory throughout the series has been one of ambition tempered by insecurity. In Season 5, he finally achieves the power he's always craved, but it comes at an unbearable price. Manipulated by outside forces and driven by his deep-seated resentment of John and Beth, Jamie aligns with corporate interests that promise to dismantle the ranch in exchange for political backing. While Jamie's actions succeed in destabilizing the Duttons' control, they also alienate him from the one thing he's always wanted: a place in the family. In a chilling twist, Jamie's victory is revealed to be part of a larger scheme orchestrated by his corporate allies who have no intention of honoring their promises. Betrayed and isolated, Jamie's rise to power becomes a cautionary tale of ambition unchecked by loyalty or principle.